Hello tailors and designers, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be sewing this blazer, so let's get to work. So for the cutting, on all the inseams, all the seams that are going to be inside, we're adding 0.5 inch. Then on the side seams, we're adding 1 inch. So based on our pattern, we've already added all the hemming allowance, so we won't be adding anything at the hem. But on the side, the inner seams, we're going to be adding 1.5 inch. So I've already cut one center front. Now this is the second center front because one of them is a facing while one of them is going to serve as the main fabric. That's because you're not going to use lining to just sew a blazer like that. You have to use the main fabric for the facing. That's why we're going to have, when you're cutting, please cut two of this center front. That's where has the lapel. So I'm taking you through the process because there's something vital I need to show you here before we proceed to sewing. So on this point, as I'm cutting, where your button stand is, please notch it. Now the essence of notching that point is when you're going to sew, that is where your collar is going to start from, where you attach your collar from. So now we're cutting 0.5 on each of them because this one does not have any side seam. Then we didn't add anything to the bottom, same as the one that is going to serve as the main fabric. So now we are done cutting. Let's proceed to sewing. So here I've added cutting hairstay to all the hem, and the width is 3 inches. Then I folded it into 2. That's the line you're seeing that is on the fabric. So then I proceeded to sewing with 0.5 inch. This is the sleeve, 0.5 inch. That's what we added on the allowance. Then on the side we'll be stitching with 1 inch. Please don't mix up your allowance, so it's very important. Now the back, same thing. We're using 0.5 inches to join all the seams together. I did the same thing for the lining too. Then I proceeded to ironing. Please, when you're ironing your sleeve, don't put crease line. That's why I'm showing you the ironing. Don't add any line. So I ironed hairstay on where my pocket will stay. Then on the pocket, the width is 5 inch, the height is 3, but you'll be using 0.5 inches to sew. So in total 3, that's 2.5 for the main fabric. What will be left, then 3 is what you'll be cutting. So here I have these strips and I ironed hairstay on them, folded and stitch on what I want to be left after sewing my welt. Then I attached the cover pocket to it, placed it on where the pocket line is on the pattern, stitched on it, then took the other side, stitch, and this is turned it out. This is what is looking like. Then I attached my lining to the pocket, then stitched the side of the lining to cover it, and this is what is looking like. Then proceeded to sewing my center front. Now when you are sewing the center front, that point I notched earlier, which is the button stand, you will be sewing all the way from the hem to that button stand. This is what it looks like after sewing. Then I ironed my lining, flipping upwards a bit. That's because the lining and the fabric cannot be the same. So I did this basting stitch for the front and that of the back. Then here I proceeded to joining the sides of the front and back together with 1 inch. Then I did the same thing for the lining. Mind you, we added 1 inch, so please use this to sew. Then here I'm joining the shoulders together, front and back shoulder, with 0.5 inch. Then after doing that, I'll be doing the same thing for the lining. This is what it looks like. Go and iron it. So this is the collar. From that notch point where you stop sewing, pick it and place it together. Then sew from that point to where you have that sharp V on your fabric. It is on your pattern, so when you draft you will see it. So in case you don't know how to draft, I've already placed a tutorial so you can watch it. So you sew from that point to the sharp V, as you can see. Then you notch on the fabric, not on the collar. I'm not sure I showed that part, but notch it so it will allow you to bend your remaining parts and sew easily. So you sew from the where the stitching line ended, from the sharp V points all the way to the other sharp V points. By doing that, you've concealed the lining and the main piece and the collar all together. You understand? So you sew from the sharp V points to the other sharp V points where you stopped sewing. So from that point to the other point. So here I'm sewing the hem of the lining and the main fabric together. Proceeded to put my shoulder pad. After doing that, I pinned it, making sure it's stable. Please don't allow it to just be anyhow. Make sure you get a good shape for it when you're doing it. So I did this basting stitch to hold it together. So for you can use a matching thread, but I use this thread so you can see. Then I picked it from inside and tacked it to the seam line. So after doing that, I did gathering stitch on my sleeve. Then I'm pulling it so that I can ease the sleeve to fit the armhole of the main fabric. So here I've attached it, and this is what it is looking like. So after attaching it, after joining it like this is what it's looking like. Then we'll now proceed to now sewing the lining. You get. Now you pin the lining. Please, this point is very delicate, so pin the lining properly. Try to pass your hand inside, because if you don't do it properly, the sleeve will twist inside. So do it properly, making sure it is not twisting, because if you don't do this, it will twist and you start afresh. So after sewing the lining, I turned it out, and this is what it's looking like. Please don't rush me. Take your time and follow the process. So don't rush me. Calm down. I know you want to see the end, but calm down, please. So follow the process. So this is what you come out now. This is what it's looking like. So the same thing, I turn the other side too, and voila, this is what our sleeve is looking like. So after doing that, we want to stitch the shoulder of the main fabric and that of the lining together. So I put my hand inside from where is open. Mind you, I didn't mention earlier, when you're sewing the lining, the sleeve of the lining, please leave a little opening that can allow you to assess the fabric later on, because that is where I assess this point from, because I've joined every other place. So from that point you assessed it, then I held the shoulder of the main fabric and that of the lining together. Then I'm stitching it together so that I can keep the lining and the main fabric in place, because if you don't do this, your lining will be dancing to one direction, the fabric is going to be dancing to one direction. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So please stitch the shoulder of the lining and that of the fabric together. So I'm done sewing here. Let me show you what I'm saying, what I mean, what I've been doing. So this is it. It is stable together. None is pulling anyone or none is leaving anyone. So you can see this is what it looks like. Then I will do the same thing on the other side. So after doing that, the small opening that I've been using to access it, I will now stitch it together. So after stitching it together, we are done sewing our blazer. But before you run off, wait so you see the fitting, because we still have small things to do. So here I'm joining the small opening together. Then after joining the opening together, I now turned it out. Please don't rush me. Take your time. Even when you're sewing yourself, you can use 2 days to turn it. Do you understand? So I will now turn it out. Then after turning it out, I will now wear it and show you guys what we've made. Do you get? So if you follow the process, you're going to achieve what we've achieved. So can you see what we've done? You can see that. You see my shoulder everywhere is smart. You can see that. So this is what you're going to achieve if you follow the process. Then after that, please take it to your ironing table and give it a good press. Don't iron suits like normal Ankara Abiwoto. So you see the back, everything sits properly. So when you're done, you're going to give it a good press.